Alright everyone, I am back, and in today's lesson I'm going to be talking about the tools that are used in perming. So in order to perm hair, you need to have a tool, and a tool is something that the hair is wrapped around. One of the most commonly used tools is the Perm Rod. Now these are not rollers, these are actually rods is what they're called, because unlike a roller they have a rubber band and a fastener. There are different types of rods. Some of them don't have this bumpy stuff on here, which I've heard kind of does make the hair a little frizzy during perming. But there are other types, like this is a straight rod where it's straight across. And the other one that's most commonly used is the concave rod, which kind of caves in a little bit. And this gives the curl some dimension. With the concave rod, the curl is tightest in the center. And with the straight rod, you get a uniform curl. So perm rods come in all shapes and sizes. As you can see, this is a very tiny perm rod, and you would never wrap long hair with this because you would get a nice poodle look. They also have really large ones, and I think there's a size even bigger than this. This is an 1.25" perm rod, and this would be used in a body wave or on really long hair to get a nice natural looser curl texture. So perm rods can be used in different patterns. You can do a series of them, so you could do the bigger ones near each other to get some curl and some wave mixed together. You could use them on the hairline, the smaller ones, although personally I've never ever had a scenario where I would have to use a very tiny one, because these tiny ones do get really frizzy. I did it on a mannequin and I never did it on a person. And with the perm rods, it's important with the rubber band that you don't put too much tension on the hair or bend it. You want it to be straight. That way you can rock the rods when you're perming it. The other tool that is used in perming is actually a tool that's really popular now for the trendier perms, and they're called Flexi Rods. Now Flexi Rods have a bendable wire inside, and what you do is you're able to bend it so you can wrap the hair in different styles. You could wrap it vertically, the crokinole style, which is from ends to scalp. You can wrap the hair around it like a candy cane for a wave. They also come in different sizes as well. This is a smaller one. They come in even smaller ones than this. They come in really large and the super size, which is jumbo. And those rods produce more of a loose wave. It's more for body, it's more for trendier waves. They actually produce a look just like this, where it's wavy and not necessarily as frizzy or tight curls as traditional perm rods get. The other tool that I don't have, only because I think that the curl they produce is very retro, are the circle tool. And what those are is they look just like perm rods, and they're plastic, so they're long. They have different sizes, and you wrap the hair around it and you fasten it together like a loop, and you would perm it like that. The only thing is that they are really difficult when you're applying the waving lotion to catch the drippings, so you have to get a second towel and do it that way. The next perming tool I don't have either, because my favorite is the Flexi Rods. It's like a sponge, and they use it to do the body waves, but I found that using a larger size Flexi Rod, you can get the same result, and it's not as difficult, because those sponges do hold in a lot of the water, and blotting it is a pain in the butt. Or you could even double up on the rods and actually perm like that, and that gives it that wave to it. So just to recap, the basic tools you have for perming are perm rods, Flexi Rods, circle tool, and I will throw in a bonus here. There is a technique where you can actually use rollers for basically people that would set their hair, plastic rollers for perming. And what that technique looks like is you will wrap the hair with it, and you would put the end paper on, wrap the hair like you would a normal roller, and when you're gonna fasten it, you take the perm rod and you fasten it around, like so. And it holds the hair in place and the roller in place. And what this does is it gives it a different texture. The curl is very loose and very nice. It doesn't look like it's been permed at all. It looks like it's been curled with an iron. So I really recommend this method if you want to try something new and exciting. Practice it on a mannequin always first before you attempt to do it on someone else. That way you have the mechanics down. And a side note that I want to add is that when you're perming, you don't want to add a lot of tension. So what you can do sometimes is use picks, and they're plastic things, and you put that in the rubber band, because the hair at the scalp is it's not been keratinized, so it's a little bit weaker. And by having a lot of tension on it, you can actually cause breakage and cause some little frizzies that aren't really attractive. So you do the picks to offset that. So these are your perm rods. If you have any questions, just comment right down below so I can clear up any questions you guys have. Like, comment, subscribe, and the next video is gonna be on end papers.